Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Chris back with another fragrance review today. This morning I started the day with going to the public swimming pool and doing 50 lengths back and forth. And before I did that, actually, I put on some fragrance. Something that is bursting with green energy, some fougere-ness, green fougere-ness in the morning, some aromatic stuff. And you know what happened? Spent about 1.5 hours in the public swimming pool, right? Going back and forth. And taking a shower afterwards. Coming home. And guess what? It's still there. It's still there. That's how an eau de toilette performed in 1990. So all these things with the eau of today, or the intense version and the eau de parfum version and extrait de parfum, and pay 3 times the price for not just having the eau de toilette but the eau de parfum and the intense version and all that. Sorry, there's something on the screen there. This is bush shower, right? I have this eau de toilette released by Balenciaga in 1990 called Balenciaga Pour Homme, right? Of which I only put on my hand. There's the small bottle here. What is this, 5 milliliters, something like that? Here, I've put about 3 drops on there, right? And then I was swimming for 1.5 hours, took a shower, right? Okay, with no shower gel. Okay, fair enough. And the stuff is still there, and it's lingering, and you can feel it. Let me start. Gerard Anthony is the nose on this one, right? He did Balenciaga Pour Homme, a masterpiece, right? And a decade later he creates this, and almost a decade later, or probably more, I think Balenciaga Pour Homme is probably 78, I'm not sure. He does this for Balenciaga Pour Homme. Come on! Another masterpiece, Gerard Anthony. This actually, if I need to put it in one sentence, is the benchmark of an aromatic fougere. Full stop. On Fragrantica is listed as Oriental Woody. Not much Oriental here. What we get here is a slightly fruity green start. Maybe some floweriness as well. But mostly it's almost as if there's some peppermint in there as well. I don't get it now, but at the beginning there is this fruitiness, and it has this greenness. Maybe I'm just confusing it with the peppermint sort of vibe. I don't like peppermint actually in a fragrance. So here, after 3 hours in the pool, it's just an amazing moss. It's just an amazing green tone, green note, moss. Fantastic. But at the beginning, it's sort of a fruity, energetic, uplifting green vibe. Maybe some incense there. It gives it a smokiness straight from the start, straight from the start, right? And then after a long while, the fruitiness starts to fade away, and then you're left with this green, smoky, and mossy. There's no moss listed on Fragrantica. I don't know why. I smell moss, or at least that's what I get. So green mossiness you get, which is the best and cleanest green mossiness I get from any fougere fragrance. This is why I'm calling this fougere benchmark, right? Because it's just, if lots of people maybe don't know what the fougere is. It's a foreign word anyway. You have citrus, aquatic, you have leathery, spicy, woody, and all that. That explains itself. But a fougere you might have to explain to someone. And if I would need to explain fougere to someone, I would say, it's aromatic, green, a bit soapy, a bit mossy. Some consider it old manish or dated. This is a bit old manish and dated. Not even old manish, but I would say dated a bit. It's definitely not a fragrance that you would release today. You can smell that it has been released. Actually, it smells like not 1990, but it smells like 70s, right? A bit more. There's a soapiness in there as well, right? But the main theme is the green mossiness, which just lingers on in perfection, in fougere perfection. It is the best, and it ranked on my #1 spot on the top 10 fougere, aromatic fougere list. This is the best fougere fragrance out there. Now, since it's a bit dated, okay, it's for the more mature crowd. However, I would love the young crowd to experience this one on how an eau de toilette performed 25 years ago, 26 years ago, or in the 80s, 90s, and what an aromatic fougere fragrance actually does mean compared to today's releases, right? So in these two aspects, this is the benchmark. No eau de toilette in my collection lasts longer. No eau de parfum lasts longer and performs better than this one. Okay, performs better is maybe not true, because I have some amazing projection and sillage beads sitting on here, right? But in terms of longevity and development and dry down lasting and staying with you, there's nothing better. In my collection, it's about 160 bottles, plus I have some loads of vials and all that, samples. There's nothing that performs better than this simple little eau de toilette from Balenciaga from 1990. It is just the perfect green fougere experience that you want to have. And at the beginning, you even get a little bit of fruitiness. So it's not as boring as the plain fougere green that you get tired of. No, this has a development, and this has a punch at the beginning. This has some fruitiness, some uplifting stuff that you can, play a little bit with your nose, and it tickles you a little bit, right? So the development is there. It's just perfectly put together by Gerard Anthony. I mean, come on, Balenciaga Pour Homme, 1990. It's definitely a daytime fragrance though, or a signature fragrance. All year round, daytime, I would say. I would use it like that. And once again, the bottle, a classy bottle. Well, the cap of the bottle says it all. No, it's just the fragrance is as green as that. Exactly. Just look at the cap. The fragrance is as green as that. Fantastic. Thanks very much for watching. Highly appreciate it. And if you can get your hands on Balenciaga Pour Homme, do it, because it's worth it if you're a collector especially. And I'll be back. Cheers. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, and thanks John, huh?